Hi everyone, quick video while I'm on my lunch break, called to make this video, and it's about thoughts. So it's about understanding why we get so caught up in our thoughts. And basically the simple way of explaining it is, the overview of it is that there's the mind, there's a dualistic aspect to the mind. So we've got one part of the mind that is the ego mind. That is the one that's chatting to you all day long. Now, the ego's not bad, but it does analyse things because that's part of its nature. That's part of its job. It analyses and it tries to logicalise things. It logicalises and analyses everything that it perceives in its environment. Okay? So that's the one that we listen to all day long, that chatters to us all day long, as analysing everything. And it's coming through as thoughts. So the other part of our mind, the other side of our mind, which is more of the right brain, is still and peaceful. And it never worries about anything. It's never analysing anything. It's just accepting everything as it is and is completely at peace with everything. But that part of our mind is more repressed. It's been repressed on this planet for a long time. So we don't access it because it's still and it's at peace and it's gentle and it's quiet and it doesn't feel the need to chatter all day long like the critical ego mind does. So what's happening is where the thoughts that are coming in, intrusive thoughts, critical thoughts, judgmental thoughts, thoughts that see everything as separate, that's the one that we're listening to. But that's not us. We're the awareness behind those thoughts. So when those thoughts are coming in and we're attaching to them, we're thinking that those thoughts are talking the truth. And actually they're not. Analysing things is useful when we need things analysing, but it's when we get so caught up in the thoughts and we get so caught up with the thoughts over-analysing and overthinking and never coming up with solutions. What the right brain does is the right brain accepts everything as it is. It observes and accepts everything as it is. It let go of difficult traumatic experiences straight away. It doesn't hang on to it and have to criticize and logicalize and analyze it like the ego mind does, because that's the ego's job. It's just trying to do what it does to help us to navigate this physical world. It's very much attached to the physical world. It sees everything as separate. It's always judging things, always criticizing things. It's criticizing you, it's criticizing other people, and you're getting caught up in all of those chatterbox thoughts all day long because you're not realizing that you are actually the awareness behind that thought. You're not the thought. So whenever those critical thoughts are coming in and those chatterbox thoughts that tell you you're running out of time today to do your jobs, you haven't done this, you haven't done that, you've got to do this, you've got to do that, oh look how useless you are, it doesn't shut up all day, and we're attaching to those thoughts. And when we're attaching and getting consumed by those thoughts, I know it's hard because they're very loud and sometimes they can be intrusive, but they don't know everything. They think they do, but they don't, because they're always trying to analyze things. So when we're getting caught up in those thoughts, they're making us feel rubbish. If you're getting thoughts that are coming in that are nice and not taking you out of your peace, that's fine. That's the type of thoughts that you want. We do get those as well. You know, we'll wake up in the morning and the ego mind will say, oh, what a lovely day. And then a black cloud will come across the sky and it'll say, oh, look at this terrible cloud, we're doomed, you know. And then we go, oh yeah, we're doomed. Try not to attach to those thoughts. Yes, they will come in, but you do have the ability to allow them to float on by before you get attached to them or log into them. You've got a split second. Be the awareness behind those chatterbox thoughts. If you know that those thoughts are going to pull you out of your peace, then don't allow yourself to cling to them too much if they're going to make you feel like crap. The right side, silent, quiet, peaceful, higher mind part of us that we all have access to is at peace with everything. It would never criticize. It would never judge people. It's completely at peace with everything that's going on. And it's got the solutions. But because we're listening more to the louder mind that's constantly shouting at us all day, we're completely missing the solutions that the other part of our mind is trying to bring in. You know, if you've got some sort of funny pain that's suddenly developed in your body, what will the ego mind do? Oh, it'll overanalyze it. Oh, what's this? I need to understand what it is. Why have I got it? The right brain's gone, I accept that I've got this pain and I've already got the solution to it. Here it is. But we've completely missed it because it's more gentle, it's more quiet, it's more sort of a feminine nature. The left brain ego mind will overanalyze everything. That's what it's meant to do. What's meant to happen is we're meant to be whole-brained. We're meant to be bringing in these inspired ideas and solutions into our right brain, downloading this information from the field around us, and then the left brain is supposed to be analysing that. But it doesn't. It gets stuck with analysing the environment and thinking that's all that there is. So my advice to you is to start practicing today being the awareness behind those thoughts instead of getting pulled in by them and thinking that you are the thoughts. You're not the thoughts. You're the awareness behind the thoughts. So how we do that, and it takes a bit of practice, and it's not easy, especially if our mind chats to us and shouts at us and criticises all day long and judges, because that's what it does by nature. We don't have to allow ourselves to attach to that. So whenever these thoughts are coming in, be aware and you think, right, okay, I think I've got a negative thought coming in. I've got a split second and I've got a choice. Am I going to attach to that knowing it's just going to cause me more stress and make me feel like crap and make me feel like I'm running out of time to do all the things and make me overanalyze and overthink? Or am I going to let it float on by like a cloud in the sky? Because you can do that. And the more you do it, the more you catch yourself before you allow that thought to take over, the more at peace you will be. You won't be able to do it straight away. No, it's not easy, but you have to practice it. But the more you practice it, the more, and you know, another way of doing that is to sit quietly, even if you can only take a couple of minutes to sit quietly, if you've got a very busy schedule all the time. The ego mind will say, you haven't got time to sit quietly. And you say, no, I haven't got time to sit quietly. And the other part of us will say, you've got all the time in the world to sit quietly. Which one are we going to choose, you know? Just be aware that the other part of our right brain, which is also connected, it's all connected to the heart, is just basically saying to you all the time, everything's fine. And even if something does come up to challenge us, we can come up with a solution for it. We can deal with it, but we're not listening to that gentle voice. We're listening to the louder voice. So just be aware which one you're listening to more, because the more you listen to the critical one, the more criticizing it will be, the more loud it will be. And as soon as we get consumed by those critical thoughts, we feel like crap. So, okay, is this thought going to take me out of my peace? Yeah, it is. Right? So I'm going to let it float on by because I'm going to be at peace with that. Because even if I haven't got enough time to do something, what can you do? Is worrying and stressing about it going to make it any better? No, it's just going to make you worse, and it's just going to take you into more turmoil. And then next thing you know, you're just absolutely in despair. And that's because we're listening to the chatterbox mind too much, that thinks it knows everything, and it doesn't. The higher mind that we've also got access to will come in with solutions for us all the time, and would never criticize and would never shout at you and never tell you that, oh, you're not good enough and you're this and you're that, and come on, you're running out of time, you need to do this and you're not good enough. It would never say that to us. Access that part of you a bit more. But to do that, you have to get a little bit more quiet so that you can hear it, because it's more gentle and it's more of a feeling message rather than a shouting at us in the language that we can understand. It gives us information in a different way. You know, it gives us information in a more gentle feeling way. And then before you know it, you've got quiet, and the solutions that you're looking for have just dropped in. There they are. Because you're saying to the monkey mind, quiet down a little bit. I'm going to get quiet. But the ego chatterbox left brain is just doing what it does naturally. So we don't want to resist it. So if a thought comes in and you know it's going to give you a negative vibe, then you don't want to shout at it and say, go away, because that creates more resistance. You just say, I've noticed this thought's come in. That's fine, but I'm not going to attach to it. I'm just going to let it float on by because it's not going to serve me. If you practice a little bit of that every day, your life will change because you'll be living from the inside and not analysing everything that's going on the outside and never coming up with solutions. Okay. Be aware, which one am I going to choose to listen to? And because we're so used to listening to the chatterbox brain, it can take a bit of practice for us to move into the quieter, more silent, peaceful aspect of the mind. And I assure you it is there. We've all got it. But we've been so used to listening to the louder thoughts. So be the master of your thoughts. You are not your thoughts. You're the awareness behind the thoughts. You're something much bigger, much vaster than the thoughts. And that part of you never worries about anything. It's completely at peace with everything because it knows that it's always got the solutions. We've just got to get quiet enough to hear them. So that's me done now. I'm going to get back to my day job. I hope that helps. If anybody's interested in a healing insight session where we can go deeper and look at maybe some of the belief systems that cause these intrusive negative thoughts and feelings in the first place, I am currently offering taster sessions, 15-minute free taster sessions. If you would like some help with being trapped in the constraints of the mind and you don't quite know what to do, but you don't really know what a healing insight is, then I can offer you a free taster session, no obligation, and then you can go from there. But my message here is when we're constantly listening only to that overanalyzing mind, we're never really free. We're trapped. If it's negative thoughts that we're thinking. So we're not the thoughts, we are the awareness behind the thoughts. So remember that whenever those thoughts are coming in, you can let them float by. And the more you practice that, the more at peace you will be. So I hope that helps, and I will see you again soon. Bye.